Let's talk about Hell in a Cell. Going into it, there wasn't much of a build.
Anything.
No.
Nothing. New Day versus the Dudleys was the biggest build.
I don't know. Bray versus Roman. They've been feuding for months. They've been feuding for like 6 months at this stage since Money in the Bank.
Yeah, but who cares?
Yeah, that's the problem.
I'll tell you who doesn't care. Everyone after that promo Roman pulled.
Yeah, I felt bad for Roman Reigns.
This is real life promo he pulled.
That it was like a 7-minute promo that felt like 20 minutes.
Yeah. Not in the good way. This
like,
isn't New Day uncensored 17-minute promo.
But like it was a 17-minute promo that led into a singles match between him and Braun Strowman. A match which involved a like an Iron Claw like nerve hold.
But yeah, nothing in Hell in a Cell had any build at all.
Like Rollins v Kane had there was no real like you had the match 2 weeks previous on Raw. Like you had a lumberjack match between Rollins and Kane 2 weeks previously. But anyway, I suppose on the pre-show...
one thing we should say as well is that what you were saying was that the cell is huge now.
Yeah, the cell looked bigger.
I was on Twitter and one of the other podcasts I listened to were saying that like if Undertaker threw Mankind off that cell, Mankind would be dead right now.
He'd still be falling.
Yeah, like off the new cell, because the old cell was big enough for like one guy to squeeze into the side, but now it's big enough for both men to be inside there.
Yeah, I don't know if it's me or what, but it looked bigger to me on the screen. Whether it's just my mind.
It probably was because they fit a table in that side.
They did. Yeah, I don't think they could have before.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that's the only reason it was there was so they could do what happens.
It certainly wasn't the same cell that Taker and Mankind used. Anyway,
or the Undertaker and Rikishi.
Yeah. The bomb heard around the world. Anyway, the pre-show match was Ziggler, Cesaro, and Neville versus Rusev, Sheamus, and King Bad News Wade Barrett. I didn't watch it.
Neither did I.
Yeah, missed the pre-show completely.
Axel Riley wasn't on the opener. I didn't watch it.
No, we haven't seen Curtis Axel or Damien Sandow in months at this stage.
Speaking of Curtis Axel, he's now been in the Royal Rumble for 277 days.
As of the 30th of October.
Yeah, he's been in the Royal Rumble for 277 days.
This has been your Curtis Axel update.
Every week I'll be updating.
I might even make a sound effect for this station. So, pre-show match, neither of us watched it. But the face team won. Apparently it was a decent enough match for a 6-man tag.
But it's all good people.
Yeah, all people who probably deserve better.
Yep.
First match of the night. The John Cena United States Open Challenge. Cena comes out, he says, he cuts a little bit of a promo saying, I'm not going to talk, I'm just here to fight. And whose music should play but Jack Swagger's. And out comes Zed Colter on a little scooter thingy.
Yeah.
Apparently, like, that's for actual medical purposes.
So we should say as well as like when these things happen, we're usually talking on
we tend to talk on like
Steam chat.
Yeah.
And both of our reactions was, what the fuck is happening? I didn't think you realised it was Zed Coulter either.
No,
it took you a few seconds to realise it was Coulter. Like, I noticed immediately. Because, like, I saw the mustache and I was like, that's Zed Coulter.
I was like, really? Jack Swagger? Really? Really? Swagger of all people. But no, Zed Coulter rolls on out. He's got, like... He's got an American flag tied to the back, or that might have been on Raw, but he had like an American flag tied to the back of his scooter.
I think it was Raw is what you're thinking.
Yeah. And he comes out and says to Cena, basically, you're not doing enough with the United States title.
Holy shit, I just realised. Do you think Seth Coulter is there because of the Hulk Hogan thing?
How do you mean?
Because he's not a racist.
Because Seth Coulter isn't a racist?
Yeah.
This is how they're going to answer that controversy months later.
They've done stupider things.
They have done stupider things.
We don't hate, like, people with mental disabilities. Look, Eugene is fighting The Rock.
Eugene is getting the piss beaten out of him by Kurt Angle.
Yeah, like, look how equal we are.
Yeah, the diversity quotas for you.
Yeah, like, I would not be shocked to find this out, though.
I'd say it's unlikely. Anyway, going into this match, my prediction for John Cena's opponent was legitimately the Big Show.
Who was mine?
I
wanted one of the NXT guys to come up.
I think you thought like Joe or Balor.
Yeah, I wanted Joe Balor or Zayn.
Yeah.
Someone, or even, what's his name? He appeared on Raw.
Oh, Tyler Breeze?
Yeah, I wanted Tyler Breeze or Sami Zayn. Someone who was already called up.
Yeah.
Or Tommy or something like that. That's what I was expecting, was that was going to be for the new guy.
Yeah.
For one of the new guys to come out and take the title.
Anyway.
Because everyone knew Cena was dropping the title that night. Yeah.
Yeah. It's been rumoured for a couple of months now that Cena's taking time off. And won't be back till like January, late December-ish.
Yeah, so like everyone knew he was going to drop the title.
Yeah.
So I thought they were going to give it to an NXT guy to see if they can hack being a champion. Once Coulter came out, that immediately dropped.
Yeah, once we heard Jack Swagger's music, it was kind of, what is going on? Seth Coulter rolls out, says Cena, of all people, is not doing enough with the United States title. Which makes no sense.
And I'm not a racist, though.
Totally not a racist. And to prove he's not a racist, he announces that he has formed a little bit of partnership with Alberto Del Rio, who got a really good reaction. I was not expecting Alberto Del Rio.
Neither was I. I'm really salty about it, though.
Yeah, no, I was expecting... I knew that they were looking to make a new Latino star or to bring back an old one, but I did not think.
I was real salty about Del Rio coming back.
Why?
Because he was great in Lucha Underground.
Yeah, I suppose.
But I know why he jumped ship. It was announced 2 days ago.
I was getting a fucking piss ton of money.
Yeah, for like an RVD contract basically.
For like limited dates, like he's not Lesnar limited dates, but like he's
RVD limited dates.
Yeah.
So like, he's getting millions.
He doesn't have to work SmackDown, basically.
Yeah. And I was like, I just got real salty about it.
Yeah, he's getting like 1.5 million or something. It's stupid money.
Stupid money for what he's doing.
Yeah. So anyway, Del Rio comes in. This was a very short match.
It's like 10 minutes.
I think it was a little bit less than that even. Like for what Cena's been doing lately, he's been doing pushing 20-minute matches with his US Open stuff. Like this ran 10 minutes at most. I don't have the exact time. Del Rio won with like a
super kick.
Cena was on his knees. Del Rio hit his super kick and pinned Cena cleanly for 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it was really.
It happened so abruptly.
Yeah, no one was expecting it. Like every Cena match that he's done with the US title.
Cena can take like 5 F5s.
Yeah,
but he can't take a super kick.
Yeah, pretty much. Like he's kicked out of everyone's finisher 3 times at least since he's been defending the United States title.
That's what annoyed me the most.
And one super kick, 1, 2, 3, done.
Yeah, it pissed me off.
Yeah, it was unexpected, I'll say.
So now we got a new US champion in Del Rio. Who's going to drop it when Cena comes back.
Yes.
And then he's going to go back to being a mid-carder who does nothing like he did the last time he was on WWE.
But he'll be getting paid more.
Yeah, basically.
Good man, Del Rio.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was It was a decent enough match. What do you want to give a rating for it, or?
I don't know. I didn't really watch the match. I saw the opener, and then I saw a super kick. That's basically all I seen.
Yeah.
In that match, it was because I just didn't care. I was just so salty.
I suppose
I was like, who's Johnny Mundo gonna fight now? That was my problem.
Big questions.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if we should come up with a rating system.
Maybe in the future.
Yeah. Second match was the first Hell in a Cell match of the night. It was Bray Wyatt versus Roman Reigns. It looks like this is going to be the blow-off. This is the last match of their feud, thankfully.
Was the cell lowered for every other match?
What do you mean?
Was the cell like down for every other match?
No, they had it suspended above the ring.
I don't know why they wouldn't wait until after the next two matches and then have the match and they don't have to fucking lift and put down the cell anymore.
Yeah. I don't know. It's probably better just to break it up, like to have two cell matches, one after the other. So, Bray versus Roman. This was the best match in their feud.
Yeah.
Easily.
This was Braun Strowman, wasn't there? No matter what anyone says to me, I'm never going to like Braun Strowman.
But he's so beefy.
He just... I'm sure that's what Vince said when he came in.
Look at him, he's so beefy.
He's delivering food.
Oh, look at the biceps on that man.
Fucking goddamn.
That is the only reason why he's there.
He is. That is.
Like, he's fine. He's fine. He's every big man that gets brought in to be fed to the Undertaker ever.
Yeah.
That's a bit of foreshadowing for the end of this pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Bray versus Roman. There was lots of spots where one person would set up like a table and they would go through it themselves.
Yeah.
It was a bit of a spot fest, but it was an enjoyable match.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. What didn't I say to you, Bray? Roman Reigns is going to get in trouble for smacking Bray in the face with the kendo sticks.
I think they just completely forgot about that towards the end.
That's the only thing I remember in that match was like Reigns had the two kendo sticks and just started wailing on Bray with them.
Yeah, there was one that was very close to the head.
Yeah, there was two that were very close to the head. And then there was the putting the kendo stick into the turnbuckle and doing like a throat jab with it.
That was the finish. Bray set that up and he was going to throw Roman into it. And Roman countered, threw Bray into the candlesticks and finished with a spear. There was let's see, I have a thing written here. There was a nice spot where Bray goes for like a Sister Abigail.
Yeah.
And Roman like rolls through it. That was quite good. What else? There was like 3 tables they went through. I know Roman went through one. Bray did like the rock bottom.
Yeah, I was just about to say that's the only one I can remember is the rock bottom through the table.
I think he speared Bray. Yeah, Bray got speared through a table, and I think there was like one more that may or may not have been used. Overall, it was a decent enough match. There was a surprisingly positive reaction for Roman. Like, he's starting to win the fans over.
Yeah. Well, it's not like the Royal Rumble where it just seems like you're handing it to him.
Yeah, no, he's definitely improving. He should not be given as much mic time as he's been given. Because, no, but like...
Dean Ambrose should be the mic guy for him.
Yeah,
basically.
His hype man.
Yeah, basically.
But like, yeah, Reigns is grand in like bursts of 3 sentences.
Yeah.
Any longer.
The champ is here.
Yeah, pretty much. Just have him walk out and be like, I'm here to punch you in the face. Let's do it.
Yeah. I think I'd be more over for Reigns if that's all his promos were. I'm here to punch you in the face. Let's have at it.
That's all you need to get this guy over. I'm going to hurt you.
Yeah.
Let's get it on.
Yeah, just a Goldberg kind of thing.
Yeah, like that's actually exactly what I was thinking the other night. Just how, I mean, don't protect them as much as Goldberg was protected.
Yeah,
because like Goldberg was way too protected from watching WCW.
He didn't lose like for 4 years.
No, I think he lost like 5 matches in his career or something like that. And like none of them were clean. Well, maybe one. Anyway, this was so far the best match of the night.
Yeah.
Which isn't really saying much.
It was more fun.
Yeah, it was
to watch.
It was a well put together match. Well paced. Crowd were into it. Crowd were kind of at the start.
Did Reigns enter through the crowd, or did he go through?
He did, yeah.
I wasn't sure because he comes through the crowd and then it kind of ruins his entrance when he has to walk over to the cell door to get in.
Which he did have to do.
Yeah. Because I didn't watch the entrances. I didn't care.
Yeah. But overall, end of the feud. Hopefully they move on to new things from here.
Yeah.
Next up, New Day versus the Dudley Boyz for the...
Those cowardly Dudleys.
those table destroying, furniture hating old cowards. New Day were without Xavier Woods, who kayfabe was in hospital recovering from being put through another table. In real life, he was... I think he was getting married this weekend.
I've heard that. I don't know who he was marrying though.
Yeah, I don't. Maybe your man from Up Down Down. El Murpho.
Yeah,
makes such a lovely couple.
I can't remember. Yeah, I can't remember at all who he's getting married to.
No, I don't.
But he was gone from the picture, so it was just 2-on-2.
Yep. Big E and Kofi carried their weight. Well, Kofi's a better promo than I realized.
Kofi's been doing it longer than the other two.
Like Xavier and Big E are
like Kofi was already a main eventer like 2-3 years before New Day even was a thing. Before Big E and Woods were even in WWE.
Yeah.
Kofi was already a main eventer fighting Randy Orton and the like.
Upper mid card, I don't say main eventer, but definitely upper mid card. I mean, Kofi is like a 10-time champion. He's got like, I think 5 IC titles.
Yeah.
About 3 or 4 US titles, and he's won like the tag titles a bunch of times.
Yeah. I always remember when Kofi like turned me to liking him was when he was having that like street fight with Randy Orton or Sheamus. I think it was Orton, and he does what's his top move, like his turnbuckle move.
Oh, it's not Thunder in Paradise. I'm not sure what it's called.
Yeah, but he does his finisher like off of the crowd through one of the tables, and I was like, yeah, I can get behind that.
Big E and Kofi v Dudley's. It was, I don't know, at this stage I'm not sure where the Dudleys go, because they've lost to the New Day about 5 or 6 times at this stage.
Yeah. Like,
they brought him in after SummerSlam. Like the night after SummerSlam. They fought him at Night of Champions and lost. They fought him at the Madison Square Garden event and lost. They've lost to him a bunch of times on Raw.
Yeah.
And they lose again tonight. So, I mean, what? Why?
They don't deserve a tag shot anymore.
Yeah, I mean, at this stage, you haven't got the job done.
Yeah,
and like
it's been like 3 months, and you haven't even done anything to them.
And Xavier Woods wasn't even there tonight. It was just a straight 2-on-2 match. It was, standard. We've seen this match before.
The only thing I remember from the New Day Dudley's match is the Eddie Guerrero spot that Kofi does.
Yeah. There was a spot where Kofi grabs Xavier Woods' busted out trombone, which they brought to the ring with him.
Do you know what I loved as well? Did you see New Day with the Xavier Woods armbands? This is like a commemoration.
So Kofi grabs the trombone, throws it at Bubba. Yeah. And then takes a dive. And the ref turns around and sees Bubba with the trombone. And Kofi's like, oh, he hit me. And the ref is just kind of like, he's thinking about disqualifying him. And Bubba's like, look, talk to the fans. The fans are like, no, he didn't hit him. And the ref's like, I didn't see it. So eventually Kofi wins with a roll up and New Day retain.
Yep.
I like the New Day. I like the Dudleys. I think the Dudleys should have won the title at maybe Night of Champions or MSG. And there's nothing to this feud anymore.
No.
The Dudleys are just kind of cold at this stage.
Yeah. They need to bring a new tag team in.
Yeah, you've been speculating for a while. Would you like to...
the Hardys coming back. Because, they're gone from TNA. I'm, almost 100% sure they're signed with WWE right now. And they're just looking for an opportunity.
TLC is coming up.
Yeah, that was my idea, was to bring them back before TLC. Have a three tag team TLC match between the Hardys, the Dudleys, and New Day. Which could work.
It could, yeah. I'd be happy enough to see
Instead
that.
of chairs, they have trombones.
Trombones, ladders, and chairs.
Yeah. I'd pay for that.
The ultimate goal of this podcast is to make enough money so we can pay for the network each month.
Not just scrounge off the free deal.
Yeah. Next up was the Divas title match between Charlotte and Nikki Bella. Everyone was banned from the ringside, so there was no interference. That should be the way it is for all championship matches, just by the way.
Yeah.
While we're putting that out there.
The only thing that has an exception is the main event for WrestleMania. They say it's a normal match, but it's really a no DQ match.
Yeah.
They don't care. You can do what you want at WrestleMania.
That ref, you can kick your opponent right square in the nuts, and the ref is not going to call a DQ. Not at the main event of WrestleMania.
Yeah. So
this was surprisingly good. It was better than their match at Night Champions. Charlotte, they do Charlotte has injures her back early on, and they have Nikki work over her back for most of the match. Early on in the match, Charlotte got a cut on her nose. I think Nikki gave her a forearm.
Yeah. So she learned from her dad.
Yeah. So yeah, a flare was on a pay-per-view, so they bled.
Yeah.
As is tradition.
Yeah. You think that's what Ric Flair did before she came on? Is he gave her a little box and she opened it up. It was Ric Flair's razor blade.
It was just a box full of razor blades.
Ric Flair patented razors.
There was good psychology. Charlotte went for a figure eight at one point and couldn't get it. There was a really, I don't know what the fuck it was, but there was a Tower of Doom type spot where Charlotte's on top and Nikki is gonna throw her off, but whatever it was, the landing looked kind of awkward.
Yeah.
Nikki kind of landed on the back of her head, and Charlotte was supposed to land on her feet, but it looked like she broke her ankle when she landed. Don't do that spot again because it looks dangerous. Match ended with Charlotte eventually hitting, getting the figure eight on Nikki. Nikki tapped it.
Yeah, as everyone expected.
Yeah, there was a weird. Earlier on in the match, Charlotte tried to do the figure eight but couldn't get the bridge for it.
Yeah.
So it was figure four. And Nikki managed to turn it over and then was crawling for the ropes at the same time. Damn it, Nikki. You reverse the pressure when you turn the figure 4 over.
Yeah.
Everyone knows this. It's just like one of those things in wrestling.
Yeah, once you get on your stomach, the figure 4 is useless.
Yeah.
It's powerless.
It's hurting the person who puts it on. It's like everyone in wrestling knows this. It's like you don't headbutt a Samoan. You flip the figure 4 to hurt the person who puts it on.
And Rikishi ran over Stone Cold.
Photo Rock.
Yeah. Those are the 3 things in WWE in wrestling that everyone knows.
I enjoyed this match. It wasn't like Sasha versus Bayley level, but it was quite good. Nikki Bella she's not as good as she should be for someone who's been wrestling for like 8 years at this stage.
Yeah.
But she's like a good like 2 or 3 steps on the ladder ahead of like Bray.
Yeah. I didn't watch the match, so I have no input on it.
No comment.
If it's any WWE diva, I just switch it off. I don't care.
Have you seen like the NXT stuff with Sasha and Bayley?
I've seen the match. The last takeover match they had. And I've seen the one before that as well.
With SummerSlam. Well, not SummerSlam, but SummerSlam.
Yeah, the one before. The one the day before SummerSlam. I watched those ones.
Yeah.
And we watched the Asuka match.
Yeah.
That was deadly.
Yes.
Asuka's a beast.
She is the female Japanese Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically.
I love Asuka's gimmick. She just smiles creepily.
I heard that's because like she doesn't understand English, and like there's someone to the side of the ring who keeps telling her to smile, so she just keeps doing it.
It's a brilliant gimmick. She just looks like a lunatic.
Yeah.
While she's kicking people's faces in.
Yeah. I like Asuka because she's pulling off proper moves.
Yeah.
Like when we were talking about, and I loved her, is it the swinging armbar?
Oh, there was like a spot in
a takedown armbar, basically. When you're standing up and you like roll into it. A rolling armbar.
Yeah, this isn't like the match with Dana Brooke, and Brooke went for like a clothesline, and Asuka reversed it into like a rolling, like Alberto Del Rio's finisher, basically. Yeah.
And I was like, shit. And then you were like, Hulk Hogan did that before. And I was like, you're a liar.
And I showed you a clip of Hulk Hogan in Japan wrestling the Great Muta, and he did an armbar.
Yeah, and my mind was just blown. I was like, I could not believe Hulk Hogan did anything that involved him involved him not sitting down.
It was something else, alright. Next match was the WWE World Heavyweight Championship match. Seth Rollins, the champion, versus Kane. Note here, Seth Rollins, who's the champion, entered first.
Yep.
Champion doesn't enter first. Challenger enters first.
I'll never get over how amazing Seth Rollins' entrance music is. It's so good. Such a good song.
It is. He does have decent entrance music. I have notes here. Rollins was in charge for most of the match. Kane starts to make a comeback. They bail outside. Rollins tries to put Kane through the Spanish announce table, but the Spanish announce table no-sells it.
And all of the Spanish announcers celebrate.
Finish was Rollins hits a frog splash and pedigree for the win. Rollins...
He really needs to drop that pedigree.
Yeah.
He needs something else. I don't know what he needs, but he needs something that isn't the pedigree.
Yeah. It doesn't look right not coming from Triple H.
Yeah, because he's the only one who does it.
Yeah.
I have a question. Did Kane do the pedigree bump? Where he puts his elbows out first.
Where he takes it all on his elbows and knees.
Yeah.
I can't remember, but I would assume yes.
You're like, was Kane wrestling? He took that bump.
Yeah. Kane ain't taking no bumps. Rollins carried the match. Kane is really starting to show his age, I felt. Like he's 48, 49 now.
Yeah.
Rollins won clean, which really surprised me. Like the whole build up was him getting the piss beaten out of him by Kane, like week after week.
Like no one really cared about it.
No, it wasn't. Like I didn't really care, but
no one cared. Everyone knew the match was just building up to get Demon Kane back and getting Corporate Kane gone.
Yeah, I don't know. I was expecting a better match.
Yeah.
Kane looks great for his age, but like he's still 48.
He was like Sting levels of built.
I mean, yeah, like Sting has like 10 years on him now. Sting's like 46.
Yeah.
Or 56, excuse me. And I think Sting Rollins match was a lot better from that Champions.
Yeah. It ended Sting's career though.
It may very well have ended Sting's career, but it was a better match.
Mm.
Next up, we have the Intercontinental title match coming after the World Heavyweight title match. This was a piss break match.
I've heard from many people this is Kevin Owens' worst match as well.
Yeah, it was Kevin Owens v Ryback. At Night of Champions, I think Kevin Owens probably got like the best match out of Ryback that he could possibly get. So it starts off with Owens doing the duck to the outside thing.
Yeah.
Ryback follows him. Kevin Owens scoots back into the ring and does the classic WCW spot of just kicking his opponent in the head as he gets back in the ring.
That's the one thing I love about Kevin Owens is these fake build-ups.
Yeah.
Like, is it the Cesaro match when he has Cesaro on the ladder and he builds to do like the cannonball splash onto the ladder and then he runs up and then he slows down and smacks Cesaro in the face?
No, it was Balor.
Balor
at Takeover Brooklyn.
Yeah, when he does that, like I love when he does that shit. It's just fake build-ups.
Yeah. Not really much to say about this match. There was Feed Me More chants. People like the chant. I don't think they care too much about Ryback. Owens wins with a pop-up powerbomb. It was a nothing match. I've written here, hopefully Owens goes on to feud with someone good. The main event, Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar.
Yep.
This will be the third match in the series.
WrestleMania, SummerSlam.
And this.
Yeah.
There wasn't really much build for this.
The only thing they want people to forget about is the first Hell in a Cell match Brock and Taker had.
Oh, they had one or two matches when they first...
the one I remember is the Unforgiven match.
Yeah.
When Taker puts Lesnar through the Unforgiven sign.
Yeah, he fucks him through it.
Yeah. And when he's like, are you going to be the next big dog or the next bitch? And just starts pummeling him.
Lesnar comes out first. Fucking runs the ropes like they owe him money. Like he fucking bounced off of those ropes.
It's terrifying because every time I forget how agile Brock Lesnar is, and then I remember, and it just terrifies me.
He is really fucking fast for a man his size.
Because what was it? Was it when he was fighting Rollins and Rollins runs out of the ring and Lesnar is on him in like 2 seconds?
Yeah. It was like after WrestleMania and Rollins is doing the bit where he's going to run away through the crowd.
Yeah.
And Lesnar just fucking catches him.
Yeah. And Lesnar's like at the other side of the ring as well.
He is scarily quick for a man his size.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
Like, can you imagine Ryback moving that quick?
Yeah.
And like, they're about the same size, roughly.
If Ryback was that quick, people would like him more.
Yeah. That would be amazing if Ryback could move that quick. Going into this match, I thought Taker would win.
I didn't know who would win.
I just felt it was going to be Taker. I thought he would finally get his win over Brock, his clean win. Crowd was about 50-50. Maybe a little bit more in Taker's corner.
Yeah. From
what I felt.
That's because Taker's the
Taker's Taker.
Yeah, he's Undertaker. No,
yeah.
It's like your man in What Culture says. It's like Taker could come out and strangle a puppy, and people will still chant, "This is awesome."
Yeah. No, I don't think he could turn Taker heel at this stage.
Well, like his whole thing right now was that he was supposed to be the heel.
Yeah, no, he was. He came out and just kept kicking Brock Lesnar in the dick.
Yeah, and just beat him all the time with that.
And people were like, go on.
Go on, Taker.
So, I was taking notes during this entire pay-per-view, but I ended up I stopped taking notes during this match because I just started watching it. First note I have on the match is Brock is bleeding like Ric Flair in a knife factory.
Yeah.
Second note I have, Brock hits Taker in the face with a chair. He is getting fired.
Man, their entire match was I don't care what the rules are for Vince.
Yeah.
Like the entire thing was just fuck Vince, I'm doing what I want. Because like, what's Vince gonna do? He can't fire Brock because Brock can just jump ship to UFC, and he doesn't want that.
Yeah.
Brock's still signed for 3 years, and he's not going to fire Taker.
No.
If he fires Taker, there will be a riot.
Third line I have is Undertaker also gets bloody. This is what a Hell in a Cell match should be. And that's where I stopped taking notes. Right after that, did you see when they sent the doctor in?
Yeah, and Lesnar just manhandles him.
So, after Lesnar hits like a second F5, the doctor is coerced into going into the ring. And he goes over to like Taker first, and I swear I heard Taker tell him to fuck off.
Yeah.
At which point the doctor goes over to Brock Lesnar. and
timidly, he's like a man trying to feed a lion in a zoo.
The best way I could put it is Brock Lesnar ejects the doctor from the ring.
And like, you don't even see it happen because the camera was on Taker, and you can see it like from the corner because I think they were doing a replay at the time, and like they're doing the replay, and then Lesnar is just on Taker.
Yeah, I missed it the first time because I was watching the replay, and like I heard the fans go, "Argh!"
Yeah,
and like I think Cole was like, "Oh my god, he just killed the official."
Yeah. I believe that's along the lines of what he said.
He just fucked that doctor up.
Yeah, and the parts I remember from that match, I don't know what point it happens, but it's when Taker gets Lesnar in the Hell's Gate, and Lesnar breaks out and just pummels Taker in the face.
Yeah, he just fucking starts.
And like
punching him in the head.
And I can't tell if like those punches were real. They looked real.
They certainly looked real.
I'm sure if those were real, Lesnar was holding back.
Yeah.
Because when he was punching Taker, Taker's face was bouncing off that apron.
Oh yeah. They were stiff, but I don't know
how stiff they were.
Yeah, he wasn't trying to kill the Undertaker.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, I've seen Taker or Lesnar's UFC matches, like the second match where the guy hasn't fought a match since. Like, it's easy enough to say that Lesnar was probably pulling his punches in those, even if they were stiff punches.
Yeah, they were definitely stiff punches on Taker.
Lesnar also took his gloves off at one point.
Yeah, he took one of his gloves off and punched Taker in the head, and that's when Taker started bleeding. Yeah. So there's a bit of... Do
you know what we could give props to Lesnar for? He's really good at blading and not showing it.
Yeah.
Like... He's bled for the WrestleMania match, and I have no idea how he did it. No one knows how he did that blade. I've watched that match like 4 times when his head goes into the fucking turnbuckle. Yeah. And I just don't know how he did it because the camera is on him the whole time. Yeah.
The general consensus is he used the ring post to blade. He just hit his head so hard off the ring post that he split himself. Here
and like in this match, the camera was off him for maybe
like a second.
Yeah, and he's bleeding all over the place.
See, I don't know. Like the cut was like on the top of his head.
Yeah.
So I think he might have just cracked his head off the post again. Like I'm not sure. I'd have to watch it again. Yeah. I think Taker did blade though.
More than likely.
It looked like he was throwing his blade under the ring Lesnar. But like Lesnar did hit him in the head with like his gloveless hand. So I don't know. Like, I don't think Lesnar bladed because there was so much blood.
Yeah.
So this match ended with Lesnar ripping the ring apart, like literally tearing the canvas.
I didn't know what he was doing. Like, he was like sitting on the apron and then just like put his finger into the ring, and I was like, what's he doing? And then just rips it.
I don't think I've ever seen that in WWE before.
No, me neither. Like, I had no idea what was going on.
He rips the canvas off. He rips like the padding off and exposes like these wooden boards underneath the ring. At which point Taker gets the upper hand, does a tombstone on Brock on the wood, gets the 2 counts. Taker stands up. Lesnar's on his knees. Taker does the Tom across the throat.
I'm going to kill you, mate.
Yeah. the it's over taunt. At which point Lesnar low blows Taker.
The hardest low blow I've ever seen. Like, there was a cracking noise off of it.
Hits a third F5 onto the wood and gets a clean win.
Yeah. I think what also should be prompted is Paul Heyman's reaction outside of the cell.
Yeah.
Because he was amazing throughout the whole thing.
Paul Heyman is always great.
I just realised no one left the cell when they were fighting.
No one left the cell tonight.
Yeah.
I think that's probably like a first. Since they've been doing like the 2 cell matches a year.
I think Lesnar climbed the cell at the end. Did he?
No.
No one climbed the cell then.
No.
What a waste. They could have just had Rage in a cage instead.
Yeah. I think this might be one of the best cell matches ever.
It's up there. Mick Foley versus Taker is still my favourite cell match, though.
Yeah. Most of that happened outside of the match.
Yeah.
Like, the match didn't officially happen until they both got in the cage.
Yeah.
At which point Taker had a broken foot and Foley was
had a broken everything.
Yes. I can't really remember too much of that match itself. I remember like all the spots before the match. But, like, I think this is definitely up there in terms of Hell in a Cell matches. If you came to me and you said you think this is the best cell match ever, I would say I wouldn't argue with you.
You'd be like, I don't know, but my gut says maybe.
My gut says maybe. This was what a Hell in a Cell match should be. It was bloody and brutal, and it was the end of a feud.
Yeah. And then what happened after the match?
After the match, Lesnar leaves. Taker tries to do the sit-up spot a couple of times and can't. Eventually he gets it. He stands up and there's like a standing ovation in the ring. And at this point, I thought it was done. I thought this was Taker's last match. It was over.
Yeah.
Taker goes down on one knee to do the raise the hands pose, and we hear that bloop bloop bloop.
Yeah.
And the Wyatts come out. They four of them gang up on Taker and start pummeling him. I thought for sure someone was going to do a run-in.
Yeah.
And make the save. I thought at one stage Lesnar was going to do it. I thought at one stage Kane was going to do it.
Man, if Lesnar did it, the crowd would explode.
They would have gone apeshit.
For like a build-up between the Wyatts with Taker, with like the Brothers of Destruction and Brock Lesnar and a third unnamed guy, people would blow their shit.
I thought JBL was going to run in as well. Like this was probably the best I've ever heard JBL on commentary. My favourite line was like, "This is a disgrace. The Undertaker paved the way for you sick, hairy bastards." But like the indignation of JBL was brilliant. Easily the best I've ever heard him on commentary. They beat the Undertaker down. They put him up on their shoulders and carry him off to the backstage to end the show.
End of Hell in a Cell.
Overall,
good.
It was decent. Like every match, like I think the Lesnar Taker match alone brought up the show. The Bray Roman match was quite good as well. It wasn't anything compared to the Taker Lesnar match, but it was good. It was the second best match in the show, I'd say.
The worst match I would say is Kevin Owens and Ryback.
Yeah,
because I felt literally nothing for it.
Yeah,
like even the Divas match, I felt something for it because I was like, oh, it's Charlotte.
Yeah, there was Owens, Ryback, and Rollins, Kane were the two worst matches on the show, I felt. And that was Hell in a Cell.